Well, I think it was a good win for us tonight. I thought that Cornell came out, especially in the first half, first quarter, and first part of the second quarter, and really competed. Coach Gerwick did a nice job getting his guys ready to come into the Carrier Dome and bring in a young group against a team that's pretty comfortable here, obviously. And at the end of the second quarter, I thought we were able to put up a few to get a little bit of a lead going in at halftime. And I was happy in the third quarter when we really came out and put some points up, and to get Ben, in the swing like he was tonight, to give us all those possessions, puts a lot of pressure on the other team's defense, and gave us a lot of opportunities to score some goals. And then I think we were fortunate to be able to get in a lot of players tonight for two reasons: so they can get some experience, and to rest some of our starting group, because we're going to be hopping on a plane here Friday morning. We've got Wednesday and Thursday to get ready, and we'll be traveling down to North Carolina, who didn't have a midweek game. So we accomplished what we need to accomplish tonight, and fought off a Cornell team that competed. So here we go.
Question for Nate and Jordan. Obviously, the big task tonight was avoiding a letdown, against a team that's a rival with a lesser record. So if you could each speak about, getting at number one and then coming out here and making sure you were strong, not letting down against a rival.
Yeah. No, it's a big thing we've been thinking about all week. You see teams getting the number one spot each week, and they've all fallen. And I think that we try to focus on our own team and ourselves more than the number one spot. We got bigger goals ahead of us than the number one seed right now, and I think that's what really fueled us the entire week.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan said it perfectly. Look past it, and we just like to play our game.
Jordan, you led the team with 5 points, and it was your first multi-goal performance since Army. What kind of went right, and what was kind of different today?
I think the flow of the offense went really well. When our faceoff guy wins that many times in a row, and we can get the ball, and we get to try more things and feel the defense out, rather than when we might not see the ball as much. It's hard to make the right decisions all the time, and I think today we did a pretty good job of taking our opportunities when they were there and settling it when they weren't. So we got some good goals in transition as well, and I think it was a good day for our offense.
Coach and then Ben. Ben hasn't had his best performances over the last 4 games. Do you think he kind of needed a dominant performance like this one, kind of help him get back into the swing?
Well, it doesn't hurt anything. I think he's worked very hard on it, and we've talked before about the techniques that other face-off guys used, and I think he's been working on some things, and it was great to get him out there and have him succeed on the things that he's been working on. And we really wanted to just keep beating that drum and let him get back in that flow.
Ben, do you want to talk about face-off?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like Coach was saying, we've been working a lot this year, overcoming some things, and I think our face-off group has just, done a good job at, keeping our heads down and working from week to week, and it was good to see it work today. And I mean, the wings did a phenomenal job today too. I think we were clicking on all cylinders, so okay.
Coach Desko, would you say that's the most complete game that you've probably played in a while, or all season?
Well, in some ways, again, given the situation of having to go to North Carolina this weekend, we probably could have kept the starters out there longer and tried to, perform for 60 minutes and really try to do more in the fourth quarter. But I think given the situation and having to get ready to go down there, I've been in 2-week games, been in Final Fours, and when you get the job done, you get the job done. You rest your guys and get some experience for other players and get ready for the next one.
John, you're down 4-2, and then the scrum happens in front of the goal. Brendan gets hit, and you go on the man up, and then you go on a 10-goal run after that. Do you think that moment ignited something, or how did that affect the offense?
I thought we were very anxious, like we are. Most teams are in the beginning of games, and the man up just kind of slowed us down, and we got it fairly quickly. And then I think this guy giving us the ball back right afterwards. After a lot of these, I think we were, he was 20 for 26, which is pretty big. So I think that just helped get the offense in the flow. We settled the offense down a little. Thought we were anxious early, and then once we got in the flow, we started getting better shots, and we were able to put the points up.
Nate, you held Brendan back on that play, and then you guys obviously went on that run. Why did this game get so chippy?
You know, I just think we know a lot of people on Cornell. They know a lot of our friends as well. And it's just a big in-state rival, I would say.
Coach, you know, in the 10-0 run, Evans had a hat trick, and he kind of put it all together today. What have you kind of seen? What did you kind of see from him today?
Well, I think the attack in general, but especially Jordan, thought they understood who Cornell was and how they liked to slide. And you know what? I think our attack has been doing better and better at dodging and creating more on their own. And some of the teams like Cornell a little slower to go to their close defensemen. And these guys dodged and scored today, so it was really big. I think they grew up today, and Jordan did a good job leading that group.
Nate, I know Jordan had like a nice 20-yard pass to you, and you put it in the back of that. What did you kind of? He's seen to feed a bunch of your shots. What kind of went right with him today?
Yeah, I think he fed me more than once, I think, today, actually. And he's got great vision. He really knows where other people will be in the offense, so I think that definitely helps.
Oh, sorry. Nate, I'd like your thoughts. You know, John, Coach mentioned a couple times the quick turnaround to North Carolina. Obviously, tonight was a test. That's an even bigger one. So just your thoughts about getting to this one and just then quickly moving ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't look past Cornell. We never looked past any opponent. But we just got a quick turnaround to North Carolina. We travel on Friday, so we got 2 big days ahead of us.
What's the key to readjusting or adjusting to that quick turnaround?
I think we'll be fine. I think our focus is always there, so I think just be ourselves.
Jordan, after playing 7 straight one-goal games, now you guys separated a little bit the last 2 games, 6 goals and 7 goals. Is there a reason? Are you guys playing? You feel like you're playing, much better now, or you're starting to get the feel for?
Yeah, I mean, I think that stretch where we played Hopkins, Duke, and then Notre Dame, that was the big hump of the season. And we knew once we got past that it really wasn't going to slow up. I mean, you got teams like Hobart who are essentially playing in a championship game with us. So I think Hobart was a big game for us as well. And like I said, we've been focusing a lot more on ourselves than we have on the other teams. I think this is one of the tightest units I've ever been a part of, just the guys in general, even without the coaching staff. I think we've just been getting better as we go, and the offense is definitely maturing. And I mean, from defense to offense today, I think the transition and then Ben getting the ball was definitely the key to the 7-goal victory.
This question's for anyone. So at certain points, it seemed as you guys were scoring at will. Was that based on the scouting that you did prior to the game, or was that during the game? Did you guys see some holes, or how did that go about?
Yeah, I'd say Cornell got tired. I think our offense and how many guys that we have and all of the focal points of the offense, you can't really rely on one guy to focus on. I mean, you have Sergio and Mariano where everybody's looking to go to them, and guys like Nate and I who are able to step in when we need to. And I mean, it really takes a lot of pressure off of our offense as a whole when you have that many guys that can score the ball. So I think that really leads to the other team not knowing maybe when to slide or sliding too late, and that's when we took advantage of the opportunities.
Well, it makes it easier when you have, you score a goal and you get the ball right back, and you get in the real rhythm of your offense, and they didn't have any opportunities to get their ball to the defensive end of the field and slow things down. So I think the fact that we had the face-offs there and all those possessions after goals puts huge pressure on the defense.
Jordan, you had a really good showing tonight, but how would you rate your season on the whole?
Trying to improve each game. I'm trying to do the little things that may not show up on the score sheet all the time. I try to play every game like it's my last game. I don't have many games left at this dome that I've been here for 4 years, and that's the way I'm taking each game now. Every ground ball could be my last ground ball. You never know what could happen the next day, so that's the way I'm trying to play.
Coach Desko, you talked about the quick turnaround on hopping on a plane on Friday. For you and the coaching staff, what goes into these weeks when you got 2 games in a week and you have to face an ACC team in North Carolina?
Well, you have to do some planning. We have to take 1 day off a week per NCAA rules, and our week goes Sunday through Saturday. So we prepped for Cornell last week after Hobart, and we took Sunday off, and then we came back Monday and just kind of warmed up and did some walkthroughs and showed a little film of what we'd expect to see against Cornell. By taking Sunday off, now we don't have to take Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday off. So there's a fair amount of planning from the coaching staff as far as how to schedule the week, and then you've got to have film cut, because tomorrow we're going to hit the ground running as far as understanding who North Carolina is. And Thursday, the same thing. And again, we hop on a plane Friday, probably take some film down with us because we got a long day down there, and just be ready to play the national champs, last year's national champs.
Coach, I think it was like 7 minutes left. You took Evan Malloy out, and then 5 minutes left. You put Ben back out for another face-off. But just knowing that he was dealing with an injury before earlier in the year, did you consider taking him out earlier at all, or why'd you?
Talked about it a little bit with Coach Donahue, but it was more he was in the flow, and he had a good rhythm. Technique was good. He was getting down on the ball and getting out quickly, and we just wanted to keep feeding that and get him. He's back in that rhythm. We wanted to keep it there.
And Ben, the Wings have been kind of critical of themselves at some points this season. What do you think they were doing effectively today that kind of helped?
I thought they were getting the one-time grounders, and I thought we spread out. We weren't crashing into. Sometimes we get in a little too deep, but they've been working real hard on that, and I just think it kind of came together today. So I think it's just something we've been working on and reinforcing, and they did a great job.
Two plays today, there were 3 penalties thrown. Nate said that the chippiness was because of the familiarity between the two teams. What do you make of the physicality today?
I think it's just two teams competing, and they both, especially when you get around the goal area, that defense really wants to protect it, and they'll do anything to clean the crease out. And sometimes you don't see whether you're hitting the man in front or behind, and it's just going to be physical in that area of the goal.
Jordan, just wanted to ask you, given the way this team's clicking over the last few weeks or pretty much all season, how much fun is it to be in the locker room at this point and on a daily basis practice locker room, just being around the guys?
It's unbelievable. I looked at Nate and smiled just because this is the most fun I've had. In a practice setting, we go out to practice every day. It's a competition between the offense and defense and guys on the team still fighting just to get out on the field and fighting for spots, and that's what makes the atmosphere so fun, and everybody feeds off of it. And I think that that's the main reason that we've been getting better as a team. The coaching staff does an outstanding job planning for us, doing film. Everything just seems to be, our practice time got switched to a different section this year. I think that's helped and attributed to guys getting in the training room and getting all the training room needs. And yeah, I mean, it's been real fun for me. I think everybody up here and everybody on the team would also say that.